Hey guys, today we will discuss 5 common masks that narcissists usually hide behind. Often people think that if someone isn't openly grandiose or doesn't constantly brag about how amazing they are, this person definitely has nothing to do with narcissism. However, this behavior can manifest in many different ways. So by the end of this video, you will learn to see through narcissists and understand their hidden motives. My name is Darina and I'm doing my psychology postgrad in Australia. Let's get started. The first mask is self-development and constant self-improvement. You might fairly ask, does this mean that everyone who is determined and dedicated and wants to be a better version of themselves is a narcissist? Of course not, but here is the big difference. Narcissists pursue self-development not out of genuine desire or interest, but to evoke admiration and envy in others. They strive to look unique and better than others and showcase their achievements. For example, they might say, "I went on such a retreat and stayed silent for a whole month." If you ask, why they stayed silent for a month, they most likely won't be able to explain it deeply. However, they will definitely post photographs from such experiences on social media with wise quotes underneath the picture. The main point is to brag about it later. Look what I did. See my achievements, my spiritual adventures. Some narcissists brag about their cars, clothes, gadgets, but these ones are pretty easy to spot. The ones who act more discreetly will brag about their self-development to attract attention from their environment. Also, pay attention to how they praise their achievements. "I studied at the best place, with the best teacher. It is always going to be the best." Along with striving for self-improvement, the narcissist will also subtly suppress others. For example, they might point out that others didn't study in such prestigious places or that their skills are not as well owned. The narcissist always tries to instill in others the feeling that something is wrong with them and that they are not good enough. Why is that? Because if someone is worse, they automatically become best. Again, for improving their ego at the expense of others. The next mask of the narcissist is self-sacrifice. They create the illusion that they put others' interests above their own. People usually see them as saints. For example, you can hear, "Oh my God, John is such a fantastic person. He does so much for everyone," and so on. Yes, this person really appears altruistic, but in reality, this is not true. They do it only to create a button of guilt that they can press on. Trust me, they will remember the favor they did for you. Years can pass and they will keep reminding you of it and pushing that guilt button. You can do 500 times more good for them, but they will keep reminding you of that one thing they did for you once, blowing it up to the size of an elephant. The goal is to establish dependence. The narcissist, through care and self-sacrifice, puts others in dependence on them and makes themselves irreplaceable. Because, as we all remember, a narcissist is just a really vulnerable and insecure kid inside an adult body. Therefore, by doing favors for you, they might even hate you at that moment, but the fact that you need them, that they are important, covers all those negative feelings. A person with healthy boundaries and who knows what they want would not do something they don't want to do. They can do it only if they genuinely want to help. But narcissists are a different story. Narcissistic parents often do this by giving their children money. They do everything to ensure their children grow up without knowing how to earn a penny or how to live a happy life without them. For the rest of their lives, narcissistic parents will play on the guilt. "I gave you this and that, and you don't put me first." All this is to practically get you into their slavery through guilt and sense of duty. Guys, write in the comments who feels indebted to their narcissistic parent and cannot free themselves from this debt till these days. The next mask of the narcissist is a high significance. A narcissist may not necessarily grandiosely present their significance, but do it behind the scenes. Narcissists exaggerate their importance. For example, a female narcissist may say, "I bring luck to all men I have a relationship with." They will draw significance out of thin air and exaggerate the significance that is there. Narcissists always compare themselves with others to find where they are better, to belittle another person, and to increase their high significance. This is often characteristic of covert narcissists and more characteristic of women than men. Narcissists use anger as a tool of manipulation and intimidation to maintain the illusion of their vulnerability. The next mask is charm. If a narcissist needs something, they know how to listen to their opponent. Usually, they do not care what you have to say, but if they need something from you, they know how to listen. Remember what is important for them and what can be used later for their purposes. If they know something really cool about you, but you in no sense is interesting to them, they can pretend they don't know this fact just to show that you are not important. But when it is in their interest, they remember everything and use it to show how important you are to them. Look, I remember everything you said. I remember everything about you. Narcissists imitate attention and interest to be liked by people. Those who are hungry for attention fall for this interest. Let me give you this metaphor. A narcissist pets a street dog and the dog starts following them. The dog didn't get food, but it follows, hoping that if attention was given to them, there will be love, there will be food, and so on. People who do not heal themselves, who have traumas, fall into the narcissist's trap very easily. Narcissists have cognitive empathy. This cognitive empathy makes the victim experience trust and the illusion of closeness. The narcissist does not feel empathy on an emotional level, but intellectually understands the emotions of another person. If they need something from a person, they can use this understanding for their purposes. If they need sympathy and favor, they will use this understanding to get sympathy and favor. Narcissists know how to create the feeling that they have a special connection with their victim, that they do not have with anyone else. We understand. We know, you see this we. Others are outside our circle of smart people, but we are special. If you guys remember John Silver from, oh my god, I forgot the name of the movie, something Planet. He used such a trick telling everyone, "You remind me of my younger self. We have so much in common." Through this, he created a special connection with each of his team members. The next mask is dependence. A narcissist can be not only grandiose but also pathetic and absolutely miserable. They make their misery a source of supply, squeezing emotions out of people such as pity, compassion, and care. This is especially can be a characteristic of elderly narcissistic parents. They appear so miserable, so sick, and if you do something that they don't like, they usually say, "You want me to have a heart attack?" They will blackmail you with their illnesses. They can put on big shows, call an ambulance, and can put on such a show in front of the doctors. They build their strategy of communication on everyone having to comply with their wants and tiptoeing around them. Otherwise, they will fall into depression, have a heart attack, or something else bad will probably happen. Everyone is responsible for their condition, but not themselves. This can tightly hold victims because it is terrifying to bear the responsibility that your parent will die because of you. But you must understand, this is blackmail. Take a step back and increase your distance from this person. The narcissist will inevitably pursue and dig their claws into whoever given them what they want. So if you behave according to their expectations, they claws dig deeper. But if you cut off the opportunity opportunity to feed at your expense, their grip will weaken. So if your elderly narcissistic parent blackmails you, learn to distinguish between real needs and just whims, and what exactly you can say, which word to use to weaken the narcissistic power, you can watch in this video. Look after yourself and your loved ones, and I will see you in next videos.